How to set up source and campaign reporting in Content.ad. If you have multiple sources of traffic and you have multiple campaigns going, you're probably very interested to find out which are performing best for you so that you can do more of what's working and monetizing your site well. So there are two steps to setting up source and campaign reporting. One is that you need to tag your campaigns. Whenever you're buying traffic, you should have the opportunity to put a tag on for UTM source and UTM campaign so that when a visitor comes to your site from that campaign, you'll be able to know where they came from. The second part is that you go into Content.ad's console and tell it which sources and which campaigns to expect so that it can track them when those come in. So first we are going to go, I'm here in Content.ad in my campaign section because I'm advertising on Content.ad and I have my campaign all set up with all my ads, and I'm going down here to tracking at the campaign settings level, and it says what tracking parameters would you like to add to all links, and I've got here UTM source equals content ad and UTM campaign equals 10 best. You can call it almost anything, but whatever you call it, make it consistent. I have content ad, all one word, no spaces, no capitals, and it should always be that way so that all of these visits are together. Any of my campaigns in Content.ad should be spelled and laid out just exactly the same. For UTM campaign, I have 10 best with a capital B. I need to make it consistent so that will show up in the right place. If you are buying traffic from someplace else, there should be something similar in their interface so that you can add tracking parameters. It's very common. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go into my publisher account. I want to scroll up a bit. Whoops. Scroll up a bit here. And I want to go under account settings. I want to go to traffic sources. And what I'm going to do here, actually, I think I've already done it in this one, is that I wanted to add what sources and what campaigns I'm expecting to get. So in this one, I have a value of content ad setup, and I have other places that I might be buying traffic from. So any of these sources, then the data would start showing in my reports going forward. Down here, I have some campaigns. I've got autumn, spring, summer. I need to add 10 best to it. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that and add, and you'll notice that 10 best is exactly the same. It's 10 capital B-E-S-T. It needs to be exactly the same as what's going to come through. So now, if a visitor comes to my site using this campaign, the URL is going to look something like this. It's going to be whatever my site is, whatever the page is, and the parameters are going to be UTM source equals content ad and UTM campaign equals 10 best. So now when visitors come through, that information will be tracked along with the impression and the clicks on the Content.ad widgets. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to wait until I have some data and then come back and you'll see what it looks like in the reports. All right, it's been a while. It takes about 30 to 90 minutes before you can see any actions in the console, but it's been that amount of time. So I'm going to go here to the traffic sources report, and I'm going to scroll down a bit, and I can see here that I have had 14 visits with the source of content.ad, content ad, and the campaign of 10 best, and 5 each of content ad, autumn, spring, and summer. So I can see what my impressions and clicks have been. You will notice that back here in the traffic sources report, you can set up 10 values for source and 20 values for source and 20 values for campaign. If you have more than 20 to track, we won't be able to do it in the console. You could request the publisher clicks report, which will give you this information at the clicks level. So whenever a visitor clicks on a content.ad unit, you'll see that. You won't get it at the impression level. Even if you have more than 20, I would still go ahead and at least set up the most important 20 or the biggest 20 so that you'll be able to see them in the console. So that's how to track traffic sources and campaigns, and thank you for watching.